have the Vaishnava songs in your mobile? In your mobile, do you have the Vaishnava songs? No. Don't have. Okay. Rupa Goswami, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Can you give the paper? He is not practicing. They can share it. Krishna Chaitanya and you share it. You know it. Huh? Can I start, Mark? Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande Krishna. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Mana Manasa Madhukaram Arpaya Nijapada Pankaja Makarande. Mana Arpaya Nijapa Pankaja. Mana Manasa Madhukaram Arpaya Nijapada Pankaja Makarande. Arpaya Nijapada Makarande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Vande. Yadapi samadhishu vidhirapi pashyati natava nakagra marichim. Yadapi samadhishu vidhirapi pashyati natava nakagra marichim. Yadapi samadhishu vidhirapi pashyati natava nakagra marichim. Yadapi vidhira natavana maricham. Idamichami nishamyatavachuta tadapi kripadbhuta vicham. Idamichami nishamyatava tadapi kripadbhuta vicham. Idamichami nishamyatavachuta tadapi kripadbhuta vicham. Idami samyatavachuta tadapi vicham. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Tam Vande. Bhakti Rudanchadi Yajjapi Madhavanatvai Mamatila Matri. Bhakti Rudanchadi Madhavanatvai Mamatila Matri. Bhakti Tirudanchati yajjapi madhava natai mamatila matri. नातयि मम तिलमात्रे परमेश्वरता तदपि तवाधिक गुर्घट घटन विधात्री परमेश्वरता तद घट घटन विधात्री परमेश्वरता तदपि तवाधिक दुर्घट घटन विधात्री परमेश्वरता दुर्घट घटन विधात्री कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे अयमविलोलटयाज्य सनातन अयमविलोलटयाज्य सनातन कलिताधुतरसभारम् अयम कलिता अयमविलोलटयाज्य सनातन कलिताधुतरसभारम् अयम आतन कलिता रसभारम् निवसतु नित्यं इहामृत निन्दति बिन्दन मधुरिम तारम् निवसतु निन्दन मधुरिम निवसतु नित्यं इहामृत निन्दति बिन्दन मधुरिम तारम् निवसतु निवृन्दन मधुरिमसारं कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे मनमानसमधुकरम् अर्पय निजपद पंकजा मकरन्दे मनमानसमधुकरम् अर्पय निजपद पंकजे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहार जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनावल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी विल रीड ट्रांसलेशन गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनावल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना अंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजनाय यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी हरे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Ram Hare Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Gaura Hari Nitai Jaya Sachinandana Nana Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Hari Patita Pavana Gaura Hari Pati Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Jaya Radha Radhanata Sri Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Ranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev Jaya Jaya Guru. Nam Sankirtan ki jai. We read translation of the song. Translation of the song. O Lord Sri Krishna, I am offering a prayer unto you. Please let the bee of mind be offered the nectarian honey of your lotus feet. Number 2. Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim yasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistike. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we will discuss from third canto, 22nd chapter. Just 2. Huh? You got 2 in that one? Maitreya Uvacha Evamaviskruta Shesha Gunakormodayo Munim Savridayavate Samrad Abharamuvachahi. Sri Maitreya said, after describing the greatness of the emperor's manifold qualities and activities, the sage became silent, and the emperor, feeling modesty, addressed him as follows. Manuruvacha Brahma Srujat Mukhato Swamukhato Yasman Atma Paripsaya Chandomayas Tapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Brahma Srujat Swamukhato Yasman Atma Paripsaya Chandomayastapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Brahma Srujasva Mukhato Yasman Atma Paripsaya Chandomayastapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Brahma Srujasva Mukhato Yasman Atma Parissaya Chandomayastape Tapo Vidya Yoga Yuktam Alampatan Manuruvacha Brahmasraja Swamakato Yasman Atma Parissaya Chandomayastapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Brahmasraja Swamakato Atma Parissaya Chandomayastapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Brahmasraja Swamakato Yasman Atma Parissaya Chandomayastapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manuruvacha Sujasam Kato Yasman Atma Parissaya Chandomayastapo Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan. Mataji, can you? Swamakato Yasman Atma Parissaya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Manu Uvacha said, Brahma, Lord Brahma, Asrajat, created Swamukataha, from his face, Yasman, you, Brahmanas, Atma Parissaya, to protect himself by expanding Chandhamaya, the form of the Vedas, Tapah Vidya Yoga Yuktan, full of austerity, knowledge and mystic power. Alampatan, averse to sense gratification. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Manu replied, to expand himself in the Vedic knowledge, Lord Brahma, the personified Veda, from his face created you, the Brahmanas, who are full of austerity, knowledge and mystic power, and are averse to sense gratification. Purport. The purpose of the Vedas is to propagate the transcendental knowledge of the absolute truth. The Brahmanas were created from the mouth of the Supreme Person, and therefore they are meant to spread the knowledge of the Vedas in order to spread the glories of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna says that all the Vedas are meant for understanding the Supreme Personality Godhead. It is especially mentioned here, Yoga Yuktan Alampatan. The Brahmanas are full of mystic powers and are completely averse to sense gratification. Actually, there are two kinds of occupations. One occupation in the material world is sense gratification. and the other occupation is spiritual activity to satisfy the Lord by glorification. Those who engage in sense gratification are called demons, and those who spread the glorification of the Lord or satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord are called demigods. It's specially mentioned here that the Brahmanas are created from the face of the cosmic personality or Virat Purusha. Similarly, the Jai Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki Jai, Gaurnitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Similarly, Kshatriyas are said to be created from his arms. The Vaishyas are created from his waist, and the Shudras are created from his legs. Brahmanas are especially meant for austerity, learning, and knowledge, and are averse to all kinds of sense gratification. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chachunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanutam Tam Sajevam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanutam Ta Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarni Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakti Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vachastale Kostubam Nasagre Varamuktikam Karatale Venum Kare Kankanam Sarvange Harichandanam Sulalitam Kanthe Chamuktavali Gopastri Pariveshtito Vijayate Gopala Chudamani Jeyam Sada Paribhavagna Abhishtadoham Tirthaswadam Shiva Viranchanutam Saranyam Bhrutyartham Pranatapala Bhavabdipotam Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna. This yesterday we were discussing when Swayambhu Manu arrived along with his wife and daughter in his chariot to the ashram of Kardam Maharshi. He was performing austerities on the bank of the Bindu Sarovar, which is on the bank of river Saraswati. River Saraswati now we cannot see, only in Badrika Ashram we can see. Near to the Vyasa Gufa in Badrinath, there we can see. Maharaj gone, Badrinath went, you might have seen that. There only we can see. After that, Saraswati river merged into Alaknanda. Okay. So having arrived, then Kardam Maharshi knows that Lord Vishnu revealed to him that when I go, Praja, the Manu will come along with the daughter, you must accept her as your wife. So he knows, that's why he completed the austerities, then waiting. And as the Swambhu Manu came along with the wife, and firstly, Swambhu Manu glorified the Svet. That's the process. When you go to saintly people, we must glorify and pay obeisances. After that, now Karda Maharshi also glorified. It is related to the Satya Yuga. In the Satya Yuga, there is no Varnasrama. Everyone is Brahmanas. Brahmanas will also work as a Kshatriya, because in the gone days we can see most of the qualities of Kshatriya and Brahmanas not much difference. Some of the Brahmanas were taking care of the ruling. Swambhu Manu also son of Lord Brahma. Karda Maharshi also Lord Brahma. So both are supposed to be Brahmanas, because Lord Brahma instructed Manu to take out the kingdom and rule, establish the dharma and increase the progeny. So he took over the Kshatriya dharma. Okay. The Varnasrama started in the Treta Yuga. In Satya Yuga, everybody was following complete dharma 100%. That's why everybody was following the regulation, the religious principles. As such, they were all Brahmanas. Austerities were the main principle. No matter who, everybody was maintaining the austerities. So similarly, king after that, when Karda Maharshi also glorified the glories of Kshatriyas kings, Manu Maharaj is not ordinary personality. He is the administrative controller of the entire universe. Indra is the heavenly planet, but Manu is also administrative control of the whole. All the planets also comes under administration. So here they said, Manu Maharaj said that to expand, this is the conversation going between Vidura and Maitreya. Whole Bhagavatam is a conversation between Sutta Goswami and Shaunaka Maharshis, Maitreya Rishi and Vidura, and all this is different conversation. Why? Because no one is telling that I said it. It is everything is revealed as the parampara. It's like the Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. In the second canto, Narada Maharshi said that I also heard from my father Lord Brahma about the creation. When Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami, my dear Lord, can you explain how the Lord created this universe? So immediately Narada didn't say that I know, I will tell you. Immediately said the same question was asked by my father Lord Brahma to Lord Narayan. And Lord Narayan, what he said, I will reveal you. So this becomes authoritative, authentic. So that no one is telling from his own mind, but what other great personalities reveal, the same repeating. Here also Maitreya Rishi repeating. So Maitreya Rishi said, Manu replied, to expand himself. Lord Brahma, the personified of Vedas, from his face created you. Brahmanas in the Bhagavatam also, where the creation coming, it is mentioned that from the mouth of the universal Lord, the Brahmanas are created. Brahma is the direct representative of the Lord Mahavishnu. So here also in the material world, the Brahmanas come created from the mouth. So because the Brahmanas created from the mouth of the Lord, they are non-different from the Brahma. Now all the beginning of the creation, all the Brahmanas were created by Lord Brahma, like Atri Maharshi, Gautam, these all are the Saptarishis also. They are created by Lord Brahma. They are as powerful as Brahma, and they were performing austerities. Okay. And created, and the Brahmanas who are all austerities. Brahmanas meant for austerities. In Bhagavad Gita also Lord Krishna says, Shamo damas tapas chocham chantir arjam yevacha jnana vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. It's the natural qualities of the Brahmana. Anyone who is on the Brahman platform, automatically there. You will follow the yama niyama. Srila Prabhupada gives the shama, peacefulness of the mind. Mind will be peaceful only when you are free from the unnecessary desires. Because the desires, we cannot be peaceful. Niyama says, Acharyapasana, Swadhyaya, Acharyapasana, Atithi Seva, and service to the Lord. There are 8 angas, limbs of the niyama, and yama also 8 niyamas are there. Ahimsa, Satyamasteva, Brahmacharya, Asangrataha. But in the 11th canto, Lord Krishna says of 12 qualities, 12 limbs of the Brahmacharya and 8 limbs of niyama. They are nothing but somewhere it is expanded somewhere. Otherwise, all come under the 8 groups only. So, Dhamma, Shamo Dhamma. Dhamma means what one should not do. That is prohibitions. What is that? Ahimsa. One should follow violence. Satyam. One should be truthful. Srila Prabhupada gives elaborate explanation on these words. So Brahmana is supposed to be violent, non-violent. Non-violent means, Prabhupada writes in the purport that not only killing the animals, one should not use the harsh words against anyone by which other will feel bad. One should not, by the words are spoken by a personality, a Brahman should not be agitating others. I speak in a way others get agitated, it is the violence it is. So not only killing the animal, but the one who the Brahmana, you must always talk in a soft way so that others feel happy. If you talk very harsh, nobody will come to you, is it? Brahmana is supposed to teach knowledge, transcendental knowledge. If I speak very harshly, who will come to me? Nobody. So that's why Brahmana's duty should always speak very sweetly, so that they will feel like Satyam Asteo, Satyam is truthful. Brahmanas always must be truthful. Okay. Asteya, one should have the desire to see, oh, he got that one, I will have it. Everyone get, according to their karma, they will get it. The mode of Brahmana is supposed to be in the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness means we are in the peaceful, happy always. Happiness means we should be content with what we have it. If we are not content with what we have, we cannot be happy. So that makes us that by the mercy of the Lord, whatever I get, I am okay. I am put in trouble, okay, it is mercy of the Lord. I am put in happiness, okay, it is mercy of the Lord. In both situations, a Brahmana should take it as a mercy of the Lord and fully content with. The Brahman should not blame others for his difficulties. Whatever happens in our life, it happens because of our own karma in the previous life. Srila Prabhupada gives, I think, in Nectar of Devotion, a small story of a Brahmana. A child was crawling on, little child, he was bitten by a snake, child dies. Brahman was so powerful, by reciting the mantras, he summoned the snake to come. The Brahman says that, you kill my son, I will kill you. The snake says, no, I am not at fault. Why? You killed my son, why did you bite? No, it's my nature. Whosoever comes in front of me, I have to protect myself. I was going, your child came in front of me, what can I do? Then who is to be blamed? The time. When I was going, what the time made your son come in front of me? The Kala. The Kala, Purush, time, is the one which is responsible. The Brahman says, okay, you go. Then he summoned Kala Purush. At the time Kala Purush come, said, because of you my little child died, I will curse you. Kala Purush says, don't blame me. Your child got to be killed by the snake bite because of his karma, what he did in the previous life. I am only here to arrange the things done. According to the karma, what happened, that activity I have to arrange it. Don't blame me. It means who is to be blamed? I have to be blamed for my own karma, isn't it? So a Brahman never blames anyone. Okay, fine, it is Lord. The Brahman, because he is the man of knowledge, he understands that everything happens by the will of the Lord, and it is the action and reaction of my own karma. So Brahman qualities are plenty. That's why Brahmanas are just like we can say second God. That's why one of the name given in the scripture for the Brahmanas. Nowadays we don't have many Brahmans. We can find only ISKCON Brahman category. Otherwise, outside there are no Brahmanas. They take birth in the family of Brahmanas, but they work like worse than Shudras also. Shudras are still better. Worse than the Shudras are the Chandalas. Okay. They are the one untouchable anyway. That is out of topic. But the Brahmanas, nowadays nobody maintains the rules. By the mercy of Prabhupada, in ISKCON, all the devotees maintain the Brahminical quality, trying to maintain at least. So ISKCON devotees are better Brahmanas than so-called Brahmanas outside. Okay. So one of the best quality of the Brahmana is always study, Swadhyaya and preach. Srila Prabhupada also said, every devotee must preach. So every devotee must feel his ambassador to Prabhupada. Not that I become chantant, okay. Everyone should do study of the Srila Prabhupada books. If you don't study, we don't be properly situated in the Krishna consciousness for a long time. Then it becomes like a tradition. Oh, okay, my Guru Maharaj said, chant, I am chanting. Why I am to chanting? Why I have to take devotional service? Why I have to surrender to the Lord? Why I have to surrender to my spiritual master? Why I have to surrender to the senior Vaishnavas? We don't understand. But when you read the Prabhupada books, then we understand why. Prabhupada has taken so much effort to elaborately write purports on each and every stanza. Once Prabhupada said also, I didn't write these books for the selling, distributing. I wrote these books for you to read. So, it is very important for us to read Prabhupada books. If you read, definitely ISKCON devotees will get all the Brahminical qualities. If we don't read, we no way. So Brahmans first and foremost duty, because they are coming from the mouth of the Lord Brahma, creator. Okay, so the mouth speaks. So the Brahmans also speaks about the glories of the Supreme Lord. Brahmans have nothing to do with material things. A person who is transcendentally elevated, he also knows the material knowledge. You can see in the third canto, where Mother Devahuti asked her son, Kapila Maharshi, please explain me the transcendental knowledge. Kapila Maharshi never explained directly transcendental knowledge. First he explained the material creation. After completely thoroughly explaining material creation, then he goes to the transcendental knowledge. Because the material creation is also energy of the Supreme Lord. So, a person in the transcendental knowledge must also know the material energy of the Lord and spiritual energy of the Lord. Then only he can know the Lord in full. When material energy we want to move away from the Lord, then it is Maya for us, Mahamaya. But when you take the shelter of the Lord, same Mahamaya can help us to become a good devotees of the Lord, provided we take full shelter of the Lord. Mame vai prapajyante maya metam tarantite. Lord Krishna also says. So Brahmanas, because they are completely surrendered to the Lord, Maya cannot affect him. But the moment Brahmanas also come under the ego, oh, I am a Chaturvedi, I know all the four Vedas, then it is difficult. Because the moment that comes, then he is under the clutches of the Maya, influence of Maya. So because Brahmanas understand that I know nothing, only by the mercy of my spiritual master and by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, I am able to know. If the Lord want to be known, one will know. If Lord doesn't want to be known, nobody can know it. To get the mercy of the Supreme Lord also, we get the mercy of spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada made it very clearly. Spiritual master is the transmedia between the Lord and the devotees. So one day in the room conversation, the 26 volumes are there. One of his disciples asked Prabhupada, you always say that you serve in a way Radha Krishna is happy. How do you know Krishna is happy or not? He is not talking to us. Prabhupada said, with your service, your Guru, spiritual master is happy, Krishna is happy. Spiritual master always instruct you to do service to Krishna. He never say, don't do service. Always engage in the service of Krishna. Whatever the instructions we receive to serve the Lord, and we fully implement it, spiritual master will be happy. Sometimes people may say, oh, how does spiritual master know? Face is index of mind. You know, when you are studying the school, okay, there are 40 students are there. If I don't do homework, no problem. My teacher won't ask me. He will ask other people. You might have experienced this. When you go without doing homework and teacher asks, can you show me the notebook? Because by seeing the face of the students, teacher understand who has done, who has not done. The person who has not done, he will be looking left and right, not a teacher. In the same way, spiritual master also understand by seeing the face and the way of disciple. So, that's how our duty is to please the spiritual master. Prabhupada stress on this one in the many purports also. Okay? So, Brahmana's quality is that you must serve. Brahmana you will become only by serving the spiritual master, Vaishnava, then only you can learn. One of the qualities of Brahmachari, nicely mentioned Narada Maharshi. You must work for serve the spiritual master like a servant. You should not expect anything from spiritual master. Whatever the mercy is given by spiritual master, one should accept. A Brahmachari must be perfect Brahmana. A Brahmachari should work just for the pleasure of spiritual master and pleasure of the Supreme Lord. He has no personal desires. If he got any personal desires, he cannot become a good Brahmachari. Okay. So Brahmanas means here why we are talking all this, because a Brahmana has no personal desire except to please the Lord. So he wants to preach the transcendental knowledge to all others so that Lord will be happy. By preaching the transcendental knowledge, you will all make all the people what? God-centered living entities. He has to make the living entities as devotees of the Lord. Then Krishna will be happy. For that he must study and speak. For the words to be effective, you must maintain the austerities. The one who always keep on speaking, talking, nobody cares his words, is it? But if you talk very less, only you talk only when it is required, you will have to hear it. So Brahmanas do not do any prajalpa. If they talk about Krishna, otherwise nothing. That is one of the qualities of the Brahmanas. They have to maintain the austerities. Why we have to maintain the austerities? Without austerities, the purification cannot be there. Tapo divyam putrakena satyam shuddhed yasmat brahma sokyam tanantam. Rishabdev Maharaj teaching his sons that one should perform the tapasya. Tapasya means austerities. The definition of tapasya changes time to time. We cannot use the word definition of tapasya of Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga, not possible. The Srila Prabhupada in the purport write that. Okay? Tapasya means getting up in the Brahma Murta, coming to the Mangalarati, doing japa, fasting on Ekadasi, Janmashtami. This, if you can follow this one, yes, it is tapasya. For the age of Kali, if you can do this much, fine. So in the Kali, Satya Yuga, the word tapasya is different. So the Brahman who want to become Brahman must maintain the austerities. And the knowledge, by studying the scriptures, we get the knowledge. Mystic powers. Brahmans, because they are already engaged in the service of the Lord, they automatically get the mystic powers. Mystic powers are the byproduct of your tapasya. And one need not to struggle hard to get the mystic powers. Just like one Prabhupada disciple was telling that anyone seeing Prabhupada eyes finished. If you see into the eyes of the Prabhupada, automatically you surrender. So much, because of the purity, so much power was therein. But devotees, they don't run after the mystic powers. Those powers, they automatically come. That's why in the Yoga Darshana, Patanjali Yoga Darshan, Patanjali Maharshi warns the practitioner of the yoga. He said that one should practice pranayama and others process advancing pranayama yoga under the guidance of the spiritual master. Why? Because one is practicing the Ashtanga yoga not in the presence of spiritual master but on his own. When he was, by mercy of the Lord, he was able to activate the Kundalini Shakti, the bottom of the first life energy center, then he will get the powers. He can misuse those powers. If you misuse the power, then just like if you want to become rich man, this month you got 1,000 rand, next month you get 10,000 rand. Every month you get, you start spending the money. Can you become rich? No, you can't. You have to save the money without using. Whether you eat or not, keep all the money, then one day you become rich. So these powers also like that. As the powers you get, automatically you start reading. It is said that first a person who gets that first and second life energy centers, you cross it, Swadhisthana, then you can read the mind reading. What is happening in your mind, others can read it. But you start doing that one, you lose that energy. So if one is practicing the Ashtanga Yoga under guidance of the spiritual master, then he will warn you, don't use it, don't divert. Just concentrate on that one. One disciple in the room conversation I read that in the morning questions, one disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, when I am chanting, I can see some very brilliant effulgence. Prabhupada said, forget it, just attentively chant it. So, means Prabhupada tried to say that don't divert your mind for that and this, just do the attentive on chanting or nothing else. Okay? So Brahmanas, they get the mystic power. The pure devotees also get mystic powers. They are not after the powers. Anyone who is after the powers, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatana Goswami, if you run after the mystic powers, you never can get the Krishna Prema. Bhakti Mukti Adi Vancha. Edi mane hoy, sadhana koribe prema bhakti namele. If you are performing this austerity to get the liberation or any other mystic powers or any desire, any practice you do, sadhana, bhakti korile, but you will not get the Krishna Prema. The ultimate goal of any practice, yoga, anything, is to get Krishna Prema. Yoga means to connect to the Supreme Lord. So if you are performing the austerity with the desire to get the mystic powers, then we can get the mystic powers minus Krishna Bhakti. Then no use. Even I get the mystic powers, I can be subject to the birth and death. But only by getting the law of Godhead, only one can be freed the cycle of the birth and death. That's why the purpose of Vedas is to propagate transcendental knowledge of the absolute truth. The Brahmanas were created from the mouth of the Supreme, therefore are meant to spread the knowledge of the Vedas in order to spread the glories of the Lord. That is what ISKCON devotees are doing, supposed to be doing. Okay? It is specially mentioned here. In Bhagavad Gita also, Srila Prabhupada also mentions, 15th chapter Krishna says, what is? Sarva sachaham rudhi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedanta vedyo ahameva vedya. Understanding all the Vedas means to know Krishna. I understand all the, I am a Chaturvedi, I read all the Vedas. I don't know who is Krishna, then you know nothing. So, that's why here Prabhupada also mentioning, Lord Krishna also says that if you are a Vedantist, you know all the Vedas means you must know who is Supreme Lord. If you know the Supreme Lord, then you have to surrender. If you don't know, then you won't surrender. Actually, there are two kinds of occupations. one occupation, the material world, sense gratification, who are come under the demonic category. They follow the dharmartha kamatin, three only. They have nothing to do fourth object of the life. Human body is meant for performing they must follow the four objects of the life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But the demonic people who are just after the sense enjoyment, sense gratification, they say, no, I am working, I am getting the money, I want to enjoy, kama. But intelligent person will say, no, I got the money, I got only I am authorized to spend 50% of my earning for my livelihood. Remaining 50% I must utilize in the service of the Lord to achieve the fourth object of the life, liberation. Human form of the life is meant for the liberation from the cycle of birth and death, nothing else. Other than this, any desire, it is an animalistic way of life, because every living entity, other than human being, they are subject to the birth and death. They have no provision to get out of this cycle of birth and death. Only human form of the life enables us to strive to see this cycle of birth and death. That is by surrendering to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. And the glories of the Gaudiya Sampradaya is that we don't even ask the liberation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he says in the fourth verse? Mama janmani janmani ishwar bhavatat bhakti rahiti. I want nothing, but only I want service to your lotus feet. When you are serving the lotus feet, are we not with Krishna? Are we not in the spiritual world? Prabhupada, a couple of places mentioned that all our devotees who are serving the Lord, following the rules and regulations, they are Jivan Mukta, they are liberated while in this body. Means the service which was supposed to be done after liberation, they are doing while in this human body, so they are Jivan Mukta. And also mentioned that the spirit temple and our paraphernalia, surroundings, everything is non-different from Vaikuntha. So any service we do here, we should feel as if we are doing service in the Vaikuntha. So that feeling has to be there, then only real Brahminical qualities will be there. One occupation is the material enjoyment, which is the demonic. Other occupation is those who engage in the demons and those who spread the glorification of the Lord to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord are called demigods. That is the only difference. But the devotees are more fortunate than the demigods. 5th canto, 19th chapter, I think 21st or 24th verse. Demigods say that how fortunate this human being, they are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. They can get liberation. How unfortunate we are in the heavenly planet. We can enjoy all the things, but we cannot perform the devotional service. So they curse themselves that they are in the heavenly planet. Because heavenly planet is the place for enjoying the result of our karma, what we do. Is there no place for the bhakti? Though they are all favorable to Krishna, they cannot perform the bhakti. Just like we got initiated, I want to go to Mangalarti. I write on the wall, tomorrow I will go for Mangalarti. Every day I get up and read. Will that tomorrow come any day? Never will come, is it? In the same way, the demigod also, they are devotees of the Lord, but they don't have the time for the devotional service because the body is meant for enjoying the results of pious activity. The only human form of the body is the only can decide the destiny of the living entity. By this body, if you take up the devotional service, we can get the liberation, go to spiritual world. If I do the pious activity, I can go to heaven planet. If I do the impious activity, I can go to animal kingdom. The destiny of the jiva decided in the human body. That's why Krishna says to final instruction to Uddhava, Sarginopetam icchanti lokam nirnastata sadhakam jnana bhaktibhyam uvayam tat asadhakam. The Sarginopeta, the living entity in the heaven, icchanti, they want to take the human body. Because the sadhana bhakti and the transcendental knowledge is not possible whether it is hell or heaven. It is only possible in the earth planet. That's why demigods also want to take as human being on this earth planet. So here, the Srila Prabhupada glorifying the two categories of the people, the person who take up the devotional service surrender, called the demigods. It is specifically mentioned here that Brahmanas are created from the face of the cosmic personality, Virat Purusha. Similarly, Kshatriyas are said to be created from his arms for protection. That's why Kshatriyas always, they do the yajnas to please the demigods, okay? Because it is also Kshatriya Indra, by a subtle way stays in the body of the kings. That's why when Kshatriyas not supposed to take any charity from anyone, not so prohibited. But if somebody gives charity, a Brahmana can give charity, but he said that I am giving as Indra, not as to you as a king, but you are Indra, through the subtle way stays in you, I am giving this charity to that Indra. In that way he can take it, but not this for personal enjoyment. Okay. And Vaishyas are created from the waist, okay, and Shudras from the feet of the people. Take it in special India, they take it the Shudra derogatory word. It's not derogatory word. Of all the limbs of our body, which part of the body we take care of so much? Achyuta? Huh? Face, is it? Feet is your own feet. Why don't you take care of feet so much as you take your face? Because feet are stronger than the face always. So in the society also people, misguided people, they say that Shudras are that and this. No, it's not derogative word, it is. Without feet we have nothing to do. Without Shudras, society cannot survive. Skilled, unskilled labor is required for the society to flourish. So all these four orders are not derogatory, but no one is up and no one is smaller and up bigger, but they got the equal responsibility to make this society flourish. So the Kardama, the king Swayambhumanu glorifying the Kardama Maharshi, saying that you are Brahmana, you are created from the mouth of the Lord, and you are capable of studying the Vedas and glorifying the Lord. You are so capable of performing the austerities. We stop here. Any comment, Mara? Can I close? Stop.
Srila Prabhupada said on a number of occasions that he was trying to create Brahmins. Of course, he was trying to get everyone to become Krishna conscious, but those who were capable of becoming Brahmins, he really wanted them to become Brahmins, in qualified. Because Prabhupada said there's already Kshatriyas to some degree. There's definitely already Vaishyas, and there's definitely already Sudras, but there's no really qualified Brahmins. There's a sort of intellectual class or something like that, but they're not really qualified. But Prabhupada's point was that even if the Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras are not qualified like proper Kshatriyas, etc., but if they're a very good Brahmins, and if the other classes will accept them, accept their direction, that as long as you've got really qualified Brahmins, even if the other orders are not so well situated, but the Brahmins could direct them, and then society could become better. But without the qualified Brahmins, there's no possibility really for society becoming, peaceful and productive. So, seeing it was Manu, wasn't it? Was because Kardama had been glorifying Manu, now Manu's glorifying Kardama. But it's really true. The Brahmins are the most important. Without Brahmins, even if you got nice Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras, it just, at some point, it just won't work. Hare Krishna.
श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय, जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।